This is CHSTV News.
I'm Vanessa with your morning announcements for Friday, September 10th. Let's start off the show with a message from Mr. Daly.
Good morning, Cathedral, and I shouldn't be too long this morning. I just really want to thank our staff and students for the cooperation this week. We seem to be doing fairly well given these new, unique, and challenging circumstances. And I did want to tell the students, there's a lot of questions I get, will we ever get back to having our lockers? And, we will someday, hopefully soon. Will there be fans allowed at the games? Can we ever get back to where we have a dance or something like that? And I just wanted the students to know, I am personally in favor of all of these things. The sooner we can get back to having a full experience and the joy of being a teenage student at a school like Cathedral, I intend to try to get that. And behind the scenes, when I'm in meetings with my superiors, the school board, public health, I'm always advocating for you students. But I have to say, it does depend on the cooperation of all of you with all these things we're trying to do. Because if the pandemic gets worse again and we don't follow the rules that we're trying to do to keep ourselves as safe as we can, So just please remember that your cooperation, first of all, we appreciate it, but second of all, it's your cooperation with all these safety measures that will hopefully get us to the place where things are the way they used to be sooner. And I thank you for your cooperation in advance. So again, just a couple reminders. I worry a lot about that 11:15 time period. So again, I reminded you yesterday, I'll do it one more time. Please be mindful at that time not to be hanging around the hallways, congregating with friends that you're happy to see as you crisscross. We shouldn't see people shaking hands, fist bumping, hugging, that sort of thing. We got to keep that to a minimum, please, in the hallways. You should not be doing that. I know it's hard to avoid that temptation. So we're counting on you to be sanitizing in and out of the room at that time, especially walking on the right side of the hallway, taking the shortest possible route to your next class, and definitely making sure your masks are on in a real secure manner. So that protects you and that protects all of us, okay? So we appreciate that cooperation. And again, grade 9 students, when you're done your first class, your choice is either go outside, which is the number one choice that I really want to recommend to you, whether you go into the community to a store or a place to get something to eat, or you just go out back on the field and sit in the bleachers. Now stay off the turf field, but please use those bleachers. You can go out there for a good 40 minutes. And again, especially in September and October when the weather's not as bad as it will be in the future. Or you go to your second period class and you remain in there. But we would encourage you strongly to go outside. And grade 10s and 11s, you got a little more time with your 55-minute break because your break is built into your lunch. Same thing. So please, and if you come back early, you come back and you go into your classroom. So there shouldn't be people standing in the hallway. I'm waiting for my friend, sir, or in the forum area, obviously. So we haven't had too much trouble with that. But, you're in the hallway, you're moving, you're not standing around. So you're either on your way outside, you're on your way back to your class. And again, you take your bathroom breaks, not during that 11:15 movement period, but during the class sometime with the permission and cooperation with your teacher. So again, really, really appreciate all staff. And just another reminder to staff, it's been super busy, but a reminder that you have to do that self-assessment each day. And same thing for students. You do have to get in a habit of doing your self-assessment each day and showing it to the first teacher that you see when you come in the building in the morning. And just one more reminder, as you come in and out of school, that we have neighbors in the community, some of whom are struggling with homelessness, some of whom are struggling with addictions and difficulties like that. And we are part of this community, and we're kind and considerate of all our neighbors. But just be mindful, students, when you're coming to and from school. Be careful with your interactions with people who might be in the sidewalk asking you for money or that kind of thing. I think the best thing in most cases is just to politely walk away. There's a lot of supports, especially in this neighborhood, with the incredible work that they do at St. Patrick's Parish and things like that. But stick together, keep your eyes open. Also be very careful crossing the street, especially in the morning. I've really noticed in the last couple of days, there's a lot more traffic on the road because a lot more businesses and places are open than have been in the last 18 months or so. So be careful crossing the road. Be mindful of yourself when you're in the community, and we want you to get to and from school in the safest manner possible. And with that, I take students, one more thought. take a look at yourself and say, how did I do the first 3 days? Like, was I on time? Am I in uniform? Did I remember my self-assessment? Have I got into a good habit of doing my homework, even though maybe I don't necessarily want to do it? So you've got a great opportunity to get into good habits here in September. You've got a good chance, even if the first 3 days you didn't do all the things you should have done. Maybe you were a little nervous, and you've settled in now. You know where you're going. You know what classes you got. You probably know what teachers are expecting of you in your class. So make sure you make a commitment to yourself to do the very best you can, like we do at Cathedral, and get into good habits. And if you're off to a great start, keep it up. And if you're not, get going so that next week, put in 5 good days of your very best effort. With that, thank you for listening, and it's going back to the anchor.
Thanks, sir. Any grade 9 girls that are interested in playing Novus basketball this year are invited to tryouts today after school at 3 p.m. in the gym. Please do not be late. If you missed yesterday's tryout, you're still welcome to today's tryout. If any grade 9 girls are having any questions about playing basketball this year, please come see Ms. Pinto in room 216. Field hockey tryouts start today after school. Please meet in the backfield. Tryouts will continue all next week. All are welcome and no experience is necessary. Thanks from Coach Lucier and Coach Cantoni. Attention all girls who would like to try out for junior girls basketball. Tryouts will be held today at 3 p.m. Please come prepared with a water bottle and athletic clothing. If you have any questions about basketball this year, please see Ms. Lomparski in the phys ed office. And speaking of tryouts, there will be a tryout for anyone interested in playing junior boys volleyball at Monday on 4:30 p.m. Thanks from Mr. Parker. The co-instructional department is looking to hire 46 students to work as scorekeepers at home volleyball and basketball games. They are seeking reliable students for this highly sought-after paid position. Previous experience is not necessary. Please see Ms. Lamparski or Mr. Ryu in the gym office on your lunch if you're interested in this position. And those are all of your announcements for today, Cathedral. Have a great day, girls, and thanks for watching.